The most dangerous weapons in the world aren't forged in factories. They don't leave scars on the skin, and they don't trigger alarms. These weapons are invisible. They live in the shadows of human conversation, in the silent gaps of a text thread, and in the subtle tilt of a predator's head. Right now, as you listen to my voice, someone in your life, a boss, a partner, or supposed friend, is likely holding one of these psychological blades to your throat. And the terrifying part? You're probably smiling back at them, completely unaware that your free will is being dismantled piece by piece. Today, we are declassifying the 6 psychological weapons used by the elite, the manipulative, and the dangerous to control the masses. We are going inside the vault of forbidden influence. By the end of this briefing, you will see the world in code. You will see the strings being pulled, and you will finally have the shield to cut them. If you aren't afraid of the truth, let's begin. Silence isn't the absence of communication. It is the most aggressive form of it. Most people are terrified of a vacuum. When a conversation stops, the average person feels an intense, biological urge to fill the gap. They start rambling, over-explaining, or apologizing for things they didn't even do. This is the vacuum effect, and predators love it. The strategy: imagine you're in a negotiation. You state your price. Instead of arguing, the person across from you simply stares. They don't blink, they don't say no. They just wait. In those 15 seconds of silence, your brain begins to hallucinate threats. You think, is my price too high? Do they hate me? Did I just lose the deal? To kill the discomfort, you say, well, I could go lower. Congratulations, you just robbed yourself. Interrogators use the mute interview to break high-level targets. They know that physical pain has a limit, but the pressure of silence is infinite. It forces the victim to become their own interrogator. The shield: to break the silence trap, you must become the void. When someone uses silence against you, lean back, count the tiles on the ceiling, check your watch. The first person to speak is the one who surrenders their power. Let it be them. Ever met someone who felt like your soulmate within 20 minutes? They like the same obscure music, they have the same dark humor, and they even tilt their head the same way you do. Beware. You aren't meeting a soulmate, you're looking into a mirror. The camouflage. Mirroring is the ultimate psychological camouflage. Con artists and high-level narcissists use it to bypass your stranger danger filters. Your brain is hardwired to trust people who are like you because, evolutionarily, same meant safe. The tactical execution: a master manipulator will subtly adopt your breathing pattern, your vocabulary, and your posture. They become a reflection of your ego. Once they have your trust, they lead you wherever they want you to go. The shield: test the mirror. If you suspect someone is mirroring you, make a sudden, unnatural movement. Cross your arms tightly or change your tone of voice abruptly. If they follow you within 30 seconds, they aren't just like you. They are hunting you. Guilt is a leash that you put on yourself and hand the end to someone else. Manipulators don't need to lock you in a room. They just need to make you feel like a bad person if you leave. This is the guilt anchor, and it is the foundation of every toxic relationship and manipulative workplace. Phrases like, "after everything I've sacrificed for you," or "I thought you were a loyal person," are anchors. They are designed to trigger a moral bet. Once you accept the debt, the manipulator owns your labor, your time, and your soul. The dark truth. In his book, Games People Play, Eric Berne describes how guilt forces you into the role of the rescuer. You spend your life trying to fix a problem you didn't create for a person who doesn't want to be fixed. They just want to be served. Remember this: you are not responsible for a version of someone else's life that they refuse to fix. Real guilt comes from doing wrong. Tactical guilt comes from you doing what's right for yourself. Learn the difference. Fear is the most addictive drug in the world, and like any drug, it is sold to you by people who want to control your supply. Fear is the only emotion that can completely shut down the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic and long-term planning. When you are afraid, you revert to a lizard brain state. You become reactive. You become obedient. Politicians don't win by promising hope. They win by promising protection from a manufactured enemy. Media companies don't get clicks with good news. They get them by telling you that the food in your fridge is killing you. In personal life, a partner might use the fear of abandonment. They make you feel that without them, you are nothing. That fear keeps you trapped in a cycle of submission. Fear is a ghost. It only has power as long as you refuse to look it in the eye. When you feel a fear injection, ask one question: who profits from me being afraid right now? Follow the money, follow the power, and the fear will vanish. The final weapon is the most devastating because it doesn't take your things, it takes you. Gustave Le Bon, the father of crowd psychology, discovered that when individuals join a group, their rational self dies. They adopt a collective identity. Whether it's a cult, a political party, or a corporate brand, the goal is the same: to replace your I with we. Once your identity is hijacked, you will defend the group even when it destroys you. You will work 80 hours a week for a vision. You will hate people you've never met because the group told you to. If you don't define who you are, someone else will do it for you, and they will build a version of you that is easy to control. Guard your I. Be the outsider. Never let a group think for you. The moment you find yourself agreeing with a crowd without a second thought, that is the moment your identity has been stolen. These 6 weapons, silence, scarcity, mirroring, guilt, fear, and identity, are the invisible architects of your reality. Most people will go through their entire lives being hit by these weapons, wondering why they feel tired, broke, and manipulated. But you are different. You now have the blueprints. You have the shield. Knowledge isn't just power. It is the only true form of freedom. If you want to continue declassifying the secrets of human behavior and the wealth mindset that the elite don't want you to have, subscribe, because the next weapon we discuss might be the one someone is using against you tonight. Stay aware, stay dangerous.